Oando Energy Resources is the biggest indigenous oil and gas exploration and production company in Nigeria. We're joined now at the Oil Council by the CEO, Pade Durotoye. What's the situation like at the moment in the oil industry? Obviously all affected by the oil price, but you've been making some changes, you've been restructuring the company. Where are you now?
Well, I mean, it's been an exciting 12 months for us since the last time we were here. We concluded our ConocoPhillips acquisition. We rolled that in. We've been growing production of our existing assets. So, this time last year we were just about 5,000 barrels, and today we're looking at 60. So it's been very interesting for us. But in the same time, oil prices have come down from a high of 100 to low of 50, but now hovering around 60, 62. Which has cost us to restructure a couple of things. So, we've been building a company in a very interesting and uncertain times, but it's brought its advantages. It's brought, some stress for us, but it's been very exciting for us.
Yes, so you've been moving really from a kind of value creation much more towards cash conservation. You're writing down some debt, you're getting your balance sheet in order.
That's right. So, when we concluded our acquisition last year, we had taken a financial hedge, hedged oil price, hedged barrels, about half a barrels at about $97. And so when the oil prices came down, we had the opportunity to crystallize some of that. And we took about $230 million of value that we used to pay down our debt. And that has, what it's done is it's lightened the balance sheet, it's given us more optionality, it's reduced the financing costs, and just put us in a more comfortable position. So when other people are, squirming and being uncomfortable around the oil prices, we're in a slightly more comfortable position, and just looking at what next to do.
Yeah. Now you're also expanding the operation. You've got the Kwa Ilbo new property, which is developing. How does that compare with Abendo, which is your previous one?
It's smaller, but we're very excited about the prospectivity. So Abendo, we're currently doing on a gross basis, we're doing about 7,000 barrels of oil with our partner in Nigeria. We see that being able to get to above 10,000 barrels before the end of the year on a gross basis. We own 45% of that. On the other hand, Kwa Ilbo is doing just over 2,000 barrels, but it's got a huge prospectivity. There's a prospect that we noticed late last year. We're going to be doing some seismic once we get through the uncertainties of oil prices, and we're very excited about it. Plus, what's also exciting about it is we are the technical partners, the financing and technical partner to the operator, so it gives us the ability to showcase what it is that we are able to do.
Now, you concluded the Conoco deal earlier this year, and that's going well. But here you are at the Oil Council. I suppose in a low price environment, you might be doing a bit of window shopping here. M&A activity would seem to be the logical way to go for you.
There are always going to be deals and up cycles and down cycles. There's special deals that would be available now because certain people, because of the stress of the low prices, have to put some of their assets at play. So we are looking, we're always looking. We look at $100, we'll look at $50. We're in a good position because of some of the activity, some of the actions we took in the early part of the year, to free up our balance sheet. But right now, I would say we're not desperate. We're not, we're looking at what comes opportunistically. Any great deal, we would look at it very critically. But we're focusing on growing the production base, on sweating the assets. The asset we got, the Conoco asset, is a very, very great asset. It's got 412 million barrels of 2P reserves, another 100 million barrels of 2C resources. Yeah. And we believe that the production optimization opportunities are massive. Yeah. So we want to see how we can continue to even make that a better asset, while we're looking at opportunities to grow our portfolio overall.
Now, you're the biggest indigenous player in Nigeria. What advantages does that give you?
Well, right now, it gives us credibility. The first thing that, when you're this size, people want to take you seriously. People want to hear what you've got to say. People make time for you, to tell you stuff that is important. We also have a very strong presence with the government. The government, takes us very seriously as well. what we say matters and what they say matters to us as well. We're a big partner to the government. Those are the things that matter. We're also able to get great people. We've got a very strong brand. We're able to attract the best talent. It helps us with the banks. It puts us in a great position. So when you're number one, life becomes easier in certain aspects, but then expectations become even more.
Yeah. Now, when you look at Nigeria, the perception is that it's a lot of corruption, difficult to do business. You've got a new government now. How would you answer the criticism that actually it's still a corrupt place?
Corruption is endemic in Africa, and it's endemic not because there's a leader that says be corrupt, but because people have learned certain bad habits. But those bad habits have been helped in the past by governments taking a very strong hand and putting up roadblocks that make it easier for people to want to navigate through corruption. What the new administration is saying they're going to do, and they're beginning to show, is to simplify how business is done, to reduce the roadblocks, remove the red tape. And then when you have a president who has shown through the years that he's a very disciplined person by nature, he's very focused, he understands his mandate, he understands what it is that the people of Nigeria have entrusted to him. There is also an expectation by the people of Nigeria that he's not going to tolerate corruption. All those dynamics make corruption, begin to ebb and become, much lower. And we are we're very excited. We're very expectant that there's going to be massive change in the level of corruption.
All right. Pade Durotoye, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you, Nigel. Good to see you.
And you.